running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
You don't really want war. All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
Fate only binds you if you let it. We will make our own destiny.
Well, Steve, it's finally here. We've been anxious, we've been waiting, and they're back. Kratos and Atreus return with God of War Ragnarok. Before I start gushing, Steve, I'm gonna pass it to you. What are your thoughts on God of War Ragnarok?
Well, to be honest with you, there's not really too much to say. It's just the perfect game. I think that just summarizes everything.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I've never felt this excited about playing a game and having trouble putting it down since I last played Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest with you, Christopher Judge and Sonny Soljic is the voice acting, is the bond between them. You feel like they are father and son. You know, he's in his adolescence. He's got so many questions. Obviously, Kratos now wants to leave the violence behind and try and be a good father.
Yeah.
He's not having too much luck with it, really.
He is the God of War.
Exactly. But let me just say, visually, this is a beautiful game. And with the audio, with the music, to set up the different sequences of if it's a fight or the emotions with the voice acting, wow.
Absolutely. I touched on it in our first impressions of the emotional roller coaster that was just in the early goings of the game continues through the entire game. There were just moments, just as you progress further along, I'm still being wowed and I'm still being introduced to new mechanics and I'm still being just over encumbered in a good way with so much information. Like I've never taken so many notes on a game that I did with God of War Ragnarok, and I took for like story beat moments and just how much is going on. The introduction of new characters, our returning favorites are there as well. Like there's a lot to go on here with God of War Ragnarok, that you are riding an adrenaline with the combat, and then all of a sudden you get into a heartfelt moment with the characters, and then it keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down, and then this huge staggering moment kind of is portrayed across the screen, and you're just, every step of the way I was just ecstatic when I was playing. Like this is a masterpiece from Sony Santa Monica. It is hats off for them to be able to portray the emotion of a father and son connection in their journey to get to their ending of where this game. I wrapped this game up in 35 hours, and I have a lot more to do. The story is finished, but the open world aspect of it still has so many things for me to go back and explore. I finished the campaign and immediately jump right back into the game. Like, it is one of those games that you just don't want to put down. You want to keep going. You're pulling off moments. You're pulling off some of these combat, combos and kills and these, magical moments, and you're just... it's so satisfying, right? You just get the that was
so
good.
smooth.
Oh, it's so good. It was so good. You're just like, that was fantastic. What's next? And you just want to keep going. I put it down, but it never left me, right? It was still in my brain going, okay, well, I wonder what happens here, and what's this person connected to this person? What's that mean over here? What's this gonna do? And then you get back into it, and then everything just flips. I was like, whoa! Yeah, absolutely enthralled with God of War Ragnarok. It is a beautiful masterpiece. It is incredible what they created. Go ahead.
I have to say, I did finish it because there is so many side quests and favors, and I think I mentioned to you I got sucked into the side quest because I was on that area anyhow. And to be honest with you, it was almost like an 8-hour DLC. Yeah. Because you just say, so we've played games before and it's just like, you do like all favors or you do little quests.
Sure.
And it's kind of a bit boring, you do the same kind of thing. But this was like a totally different realm. And there was so much content, it was visually beautiful, where you get birds flying, if it's snow, if it's forest. Yeah. And like I said, the cutscenes in between. And I found last night when I was playing it was like, because there's loads of different puzzles.
I love the puzzles.
They're not over challenging, but they get you to look and take in all the stunning backdrop. And I was stuck for an hour or so, and I thought, oh, I'm going to bed in a minute. I've just done one thing, and it's like, ooh, cutscene. And it's like, frick, another 2 more hours, and then I had to play a bit this morning as well. And it's like you, I'm just so sucked into this, and I don't want it to finish.
No.
Because it's such an amazing game. But I love the weapons, because we have some returning weapons, and we have some new weapons which we can't talk about yet.
That's right, absolutely. Well, to be doing a complete spoiler cast, we're looking forward to that. But it is, the realms are so unique, Steve. Like, each one is so specific to its own realm, and then when you jump into it, you know what realm that is, and then you jump into another one, and it's so different from the last one you were just in. And the level design, it is from point A to point B in certain areas, but at the same time it then opens up to this puzzle, which, like you say, allows you to pan across and then see other things and then go, man, I missed something, because you pull up your map and you see checkbox, missed. How did I miss that? Where is that? And it makes you want to go back. That's what I said. The minute I wrapped up the story, I jumped immediately right back in.
I mean, there's one thing I noticed. Obviously, you do have to go back to certain areas, because you might need a different weapon that you might have to get on your travels, but you can only get that further in the campaign to go back and then unlock certain areas. And I thought that was so cool. And then it's like another part of the world. It's like, geez, map is massive.
Yeah, it just keeps going, right? And it's one of those things, it's never a bad thing. I'm like, oh, there's more. Oh, look, there's still more to go see. And it's that excitement of exploration that once you've done that story a little bit from point A to point B with a little couple, twists and turns here or there along the map, it is, well, then this opens up to that area, and then it opens up to this area. And you just want to see and get involved in the lore and just dive into more, because when you do, like you say, when you get into these side quests, which I got into a couple, but I got to get through the story. I want to know what happens, and then I'm going to go back. Steve, how far did you get into the game? How many hours have you put in? Because it's not like you've only played a couple, like 10 hours. You've been playing.
Yeah, I think I've probably put in about 27 hours, I think.
Yeah.
I know there's still a load of the side quests, and I've not completed it, but I've got to a point now that I just want to keep playing. And yeah, I'm just loving it. I don't want to put it, like you said, I don't want to put it down. And with the DualSense controller, wow. Like, even like with the axe, if you have to chop something, you feel the tension on that trigger, and it's just beautiful.
The game changer. I'm looking now towards the platinum. I think this is kind of where I'm at now with this God of War Ragnarok. Is this deserves my time for a platinum.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I'm there with you on this one as well, because I know we got other games we'll probably have to play, but this is going to be in the background, and it's going to be any free moment. I just want to keep going. I was quite fortunate that I actually finished the 2018 God of War probably about 3 weeks prior to this one. Obviously, it wasn't platinum, but I got the gist of the story. Yeah. And this is an amazing sequel or follow-up to that story.
They were able to take what they built in the 2018 version of God of War and just like you wonder how far they can take the next one. Does it hit all the check boxes? It hit all those check boxes for me and then more. Like, that's what I was like, okay, yeah, it does this. Okay, yeah, it does that. First few hours were set up, and they were set up really well, but as you evolve more into the game, it was like, okay, you guys crushed those check boxes and have made new ones now, and there's got to be a bunch of other games that have more check boxes that they're gonna have to hit, because man, they've raised the bar over here over Sony Santa Monica for God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, definitely. And like, say, with the new enemies as well and the different abilities, it's like, oh, this is so good. And using the Blades of Chaos is just, I love that at the moment.
Absolutely. All right, Steve, I think we've gushed long enough. What do you score in God of War Ragnarok?
As I said, for me, this is a perfect game. I didn't think with Horizon Forbidden West there could be another game as good as that, with the storyline and visually graphic and everything. Yeah. This is getting awards across the board all over, and this is going to be a 10 out of 10 for me.
Nicely done. yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm a 10 out of 10. This has been an absolute masterpiece, and I can't wait for everybody else to get their hands on this, because there's a lot to talk about, and I just want to keep talking about it more and more. But now I want to get involved with the community and see what they say and talk about the big moments that it hit in this story, because it brought me to tears. It is one of those games that it is that impactful, and it's such the heartstrings are pulled in that father-son relationship that I can relate to, and it was just an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.